Just before I throw this thing together, here's the main shaft. So Super Beetle main shaft, and it's got the splined hubs. And you can see I've got an actual steel caged bearing in behind there, but you can't fit the steel caged bearing over top of the splines. So what I actually did, there you go, I cut the cage in half in one spot just enough, and expanded it just enough to slide it over. So I'm going to tighten up the end play on my whole gear set, and when you do that you want to add some little oiling grooves, and I'm going to add 6 here. So basically I just marked the direction the gear is going to be traveling, so it's going to be rotating this way, and then marked every 5th cog, and that'll give me even clearance or even distribution between all my little grooves I'm going to make. And then I just took a straight edge between 2 of them. I want them angled so that as the gear is rotating it kind of picks the oil up. If it's straight, it's not going to pick the oil up, so you make the groove a little bit angled. Help do that. See that little things are getting custom. The on the pinion shaft I've done a little bit more modification. So I've machined the gear stack to have a little bit less axial play, a little tighter, not too crazy, because I do drive this thing on the street a lot, like a lot of highway miles, so it's got 4 thou play, and I've cut these grooves so that as it's turning it kind of scoops some oil in. Same with first gear here. So first gear is going to be hand-packed bearings. You can see that. Second gear, I'm actually going to put a roller bearing in there, steel caged roller bearing, just because first gear I feel like I'm going to break. If anything's going to break, it's going to be first gear on my launch. Other than that, I've got the steel spacer collar between 3/4 and the washer. I'm using fine tooth 3rd and 4th, as long as I keep all of my oil clean and don't have any chips in there. I don't think that's going to be an issue, because I think that's how these things fail, is something goes through them and weakens them or chips a tooth off, and then they fail later on. It's not actually the power that makes them fail. So that's kind of the program. That's what I'm going to do. I've already set my ring and pinion up. I also drilled holes in my synchro hub to pass oil through the synchro hub onto the thrust surfaces there. So hopefully all these things will help my my bearings get oil and not seize up while I'm on the highway, because this first gear while I'm going on the highways should be spinning pretty quick. So we'll see. Getting it together now. Pretty much all assembled. I just gotta set up my axle tubes and go from there, but ended up just going for it and buying some chromoly axles. They're expensive, but I didn't really want to break an axle this year. And also just set up the Berg Poor Man Posi in there. I have a double snap ring differential, and so basically what the Berg Poor Man Posi is, basically you just use these shims to shim up with their large washer on the outside. It's a little thinner, and it just kind of holds the side gear tighter in against the spider gears. Kind of decreases the backlash and hopefully keep it from breaking those gears. So other than that, I set up my forks. I just have an old case that is cut up so you can get in there and adjust your shifts forks. And yeah, everything else is looking pretty good. So we're pretty much there with the transmission. That's it.